Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to talk about Atom on both Bitcoin and the USDT pair. So, not dissimilar to a lot of altcoins, as obviously I'm talking to everybody now that you're all seeing these moves. Remember, I was talking about these moves before they happened, so that should count for something. Maybe subscribe to the channel, I don't know. But it should count for something. So, this, like many others that we've seen on the Patreon and just generally, we've seen these pump signals and trend signals, and this one is one of the trend signals. So from the Itchy Cloud's perspective, the entry point would have been after this is confirmed, which would have been on this retest here, $5.13. So, you know, we're not far off from actually having that. That's only 30% basically below where we are right now. And the trend signal will give you an exit point when the blue crosses the red or where the Chiku span closes inside the price. And like I say, this isn't the only altcoin out there that's doing this. This is one of many. But it is good for Atom because, to me, I'm obviously a big Atom holder. I stake loads of it on Swiss Bog. But the problem I've always had is that it's just down and down and down and down and down. It just keeps going down. So now we might be looking at a turnaround, and it could be a significant one as well. So if we consider this area to be the main sort of resistance and this being the main support, so we're talking of a accumulation zone, just like all these alts have been accumulating within a range. This was accumulating within a 40% range. The breakout of that took place. We've got a death cross retest, pulled back, confirmed the trend signal. Now we're breaking out from this second major level, $6.40. Again, we need to see closures above here and see where we go from there. And so the next area, I suppose it is an area too. It's not as clear cut as one area, one specific support. It's between $8 and $9, right? Well, basically $9.50. So this is the next area for Atom if we can close above here and continue with this strength. Now, I'm not seeing any real reason to doubt the strength. We do have a bit of bearish divergence, but just one single drive of it should still be enough to take us up to the first major level around $8. And if we were to measure this out, what we've got potentially another 20% to go to a top target of another 43% to go. And then that's just to the resistance. You know, pull back, carry on, you know, if the trend signal permits that kind of behavior. If we go over to the weekly, we see that there is absolutely plenty of room for this to run. There's no bearish divergence on this whatsoever. There's a temporary resistance around 7, and then a major one just around 9.73. And again, this is massively bearish and until we actually break out of $14. Can you imagine that, right? So this is still a huge bearish situation. That any one of these, no matter how bullish you can feel on it, and this is why I have to keep reminding myself, you know, you got to hodl this and stake it, and you just sit through it and hope that it's going to work out, because you can rally all the way up to $14 and get a significant death cross retest that'll take you back down to where you started from, and maybe even lower. You've got to be prepared for that. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I'm actually hoping to build a base above here and carry on, but there's no evidence for that until we see it, you see. So, you know, there's plenty of people out there going to give you a price prediction. You know, I would imagine, given, you know, the situation with altcoins and the time that we've got left, which is about 8 months worth of price action, maybe 9 months, you know, should reach a new all-time high on this one. So we could be looking at, you know, Atom in the $70s, $80 zone, right? So that's going to be the clickbait title for the video, because that seems to be what attracts people to it. But now you're here, you can have a taste of reality. That's how we can really make the most of the markets, through reality. But you could highlight that area, I suppose, as an extension of where this could go. But until we break above $14.68, this 200 simple exponential 200 simple moving average, which is floating around this $14 to $15 zone, then expect chaos and a massive rejection. That does not mean that it has to come back down to square one. This is a weekly, and it's going to move with the market, and if the market allows for it to break and it continues to be bullish, then this will break this resistance. Just like if you're already bearish or accumulating, or if you're in a sorry looking chart and we go into a bear market, it just gets worse. So resistances do break, supports do break. They're just ideas of where the next big rejection will take place. We've got them in the short term, we've got them on the higher term. But if this breaks and we break above and we can build a base above 14-15 cents, then actually that's where things get really, really nice, because look, it doesn't take much, you know, for something like Atom to double. You know, moving up to this area of support, and then you know, moving up and doubling again. You know, these sort of things happen. In fact, you could probably make the case that we're close to seeing that already from its lows. You know, 75% already just just secretly moving, you know. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin pair, where we do have a change of behavior. This is a daily candle body that's now broken these last few days above the 20, above the 10, and getting support on the 10 today. And if we were to measure this up to the first major area of resistance, we're talking a 27% move and maybe even a 35% move on its Bitcoin pair. So you could equate that to what we've measured on the on the Tether pair. It's not the greatest way to do it because you don't know the price of Bitcoin at the time, but these are resistances on the Bitcoin pair. Other than this sort of current move, we don't have any sort of bullish bias at all on this daily. On the 4 hourly, we do have an incoming golden cross. And when you get this on a 4 hour, this is where we go into second gear for any kind of alt season for this particular coin. For any coin, for any chart, right, you start getting bullish setups on 4 hourlies, you can call it a second gear. You know, it could yield a decent move. So we're getting that. The retest of that will be all the way back down currently, all the way back down to 636 sats. If you were to get a pullback into those areas, that's a 10.5% move on the Bitcoin pair. That might be worth picking it up, you know, if you're looking to buy Atom, or if you're looking for a support to hold, it's around this area, 640, 630-ish sats. You bounce from there, get a V-shaped recovery back to where you started from, so perhaps maybe even now, and then some, targeting perhaps probably, just looking at this now, roughly speaking, around 771 sats to perhaps close to 800 sats. So I am like looking at this in the short term as pretty bullish. Not that it interests me at all because I'm all locked up in staking. I couldn't sell it if I wanted to. I'm in this one for the duration of the bull market, hoping that it will perform over a longer period of time. But I'm under no illusion that we can get rejected from here, or here, and come back down to where we started from. Absolutely no illusion whatsoever. That could easily happen. Let's just see what that would be. So you could see that. You could easily see that. That's achievable if it all went wrong. But it's not the most likely scenario given this period of the market and what I'm expecting to see next year. But it's not unlikely. You can't rule it out. So long story short, Atom is doing what all the other altcoins are doing, which is trending up. And we'll keep our eye on this altcoin, all the other altcoins, day by day, bit by bit, to see if and when these trend signals cancel out, because that will give us an idea that the alt season is over and we'll either be going into a period of accumulation, consolidation, or perhaps even a bear market for the altcoins. That doesn't mean a year-long, 18-month bear market. That just means that this particular trend is over, exit the position, and wait to see any more bullish setups. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to think about. It's not the end. It's not black and white. And it's not in and then out and then leave forever. No, this is a trading signal that all the altcoins have got. It's very bullish. You couple that with the incoming golden crosses and the strength of other altcoins and the overall market and the narrative that surrounds it. And what you have is a trend that you can kind of believe in. It won't get you out at the top. This is why we have these here, and obviously those are ones all the way up to $14.50. But I'm just putting it to you that this is just like all the others. I mean, VeChain's got the same. They've all got the same. Everything's the same. All right, most things are the same. You know, we've noticed these back in the Patreon. We were waiting for them to complete. So we were literally waiting for them to happen. Then we saw them happen, and then we took advantage of them. So look, this is the same, everything's the same, Atom's the same, XRP is the same, Ethereum is the same, believe it or not. Ethereum is the same. It's all the same. So there's no reason to doubt the strength on altcoins until further notice. You will get big pullbacks, you will get big moves up. But just like Atom, it's just like Ethereum, it's just like Algorand, it's just like VET, it's just like everything. If it's got this signal, then you can allow for it to ride, and then you can exit when the indicator tells you, or when I tell you, I suppose. But I'm not a signals group. I'm just here to narrate the indicator. I didn't create the indicator. I don't sell the indicator. I just use it, and I use it really well. And the fact that we've got all of them working at the same time should have a negative effect on the Bitcoin dominance. And once that starts to really pick up momentum, if it does, then you get rotations, and that's where you get parabolic moves. So we are still like halfway through, I would say, the alt season. And you might think, oh, only halfway. What's all that about? Oh, halfway is good enough, right? Halfway is good enough. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Take it easy.